What's up, YouTube? Eugenius here. Hope you're all well. I want to do a end of the year favorite 2019 perfume releases, and I love doing these kind of videos because it gives me an opportunity to talk about a lot of the perfumes that I love and some that I don't like so much. But before I begin, I want to share something with you guys that a viewer sent me, and it's this sweatshirt that says, "Dude, be nice." I guess he kind of noticed that I was going off the rails in some of my videos, so he reached out. But anyway, this is a guy that I've known for quite a while. And a couple of years ago, he was going through some things, and I was like, all right, why don't you come visit us in Canada and stay with us? And I took a couple days off work, and, we hung out. We went perfume sniffing. We went for dinners and just really talked. And, he came and he went, and throughout the years, we kept in touch. But I guess he kind of noticed that my emotions were getting in the way and starting to show up in my videos. So he decided to send me this shirt. Just kind of a reminder to, check yourself and be cool, be calm. Everything will be all right. Everything will work out for you. And I just want to take this opportunity to say, with the holidays approaching, it might not be easy for some of us, but just know, with relationships and money, you're going to need a lot of money during the holiday season, gift giving and stuff like that. Spending time with family that you might not necessarily want to. And just know, there is a light at the end of that tunnel. And whatever it is that you're going through, just know, there are people out there that do care about you and are concerned and want to see you do well. And just kind of keep that in mind during this holiday season. And for some of us that aren't in relationships, take that opportunity to do something for yourself that you've always wanted to, but never had the chance to, just being tied up. And also know, some of your most loneliest moments have come from being in a relationship. So just because you are with somebody doesn't necessarily going to make it happy time for you. Happiness has to come from here, and if it doesn't come from here, you're never going to find it in somebody else, and it doesn't matter how long you're searching for. So just kind of keep that in mind during this holiday season. But enough banter. Let's get into this. My 5 favorite 2019 releases, and I've got 2 that aren't so favorite, but I'm going to talk about them anyway since they are 2019 releases. And the first one is Chanel. This is the Essence flanker to Gabrielle, and I love the original Gabrielle. It's very fresh, citrusy, sparkly, fruity, perfect for summertime wear without being, overly fresh and mainstream. It's just a gorgeous perfume. But when I smelled this, I was like, I don't really feel like this flanker is necessary because it doesn't do anything new. And not only does it not do anything new, it gives me a piercing headache. And I gotta think, like, I always want to know, where's that headache coming from? And I believe it's from the sandalwood note and the dry down. It just kind of like, it's just drilling me in the side of the head, giving me a migraine. And I couldn't enjoy this the few times I wore it. And I swore it off to never wear it again. And it's unfortunate because I do like, what it's trying to do, but I don't like what it did to me. Ugh. So that was, it was a no-go. And the other 2019 release is Sauvage. Again, not a very necessary release, but I think it's one of the best. I think it's the best one, actually, from the 3 is this Parfum. It seems like it's a little bit better put together than the rest. It's a little bit more mature, and it's just a whole lot more interesting than the other 2. The other 2 are a little bit sweet and mainstream. This one's kind of weird to me. It's definitely got, fougere qualities. It's got that shaving cream foam vibe going on to it, but I also get this ambergris note in here, which kind of dirties things up a little bit. And when I wear this, I can't help but get the visualization of a dirty shaving cream. And if you've ever cooked ribs before, if you've ever barbecued ribs, I don't know about you guys, but I like to boil the ribs first and it's just to really kill any kind of bacteria in it. But while you're while you're boiling the ribs, you get this scuzz, this really dirty, bubbly scuzz buildup on the side of the pot. And that's what I picture when I wear this, is if I would take all that scuzz and put it on the side of my face and use that for shaving cream. Absolutely disgusting, but it's pretty much the only interesting aspect to this perfume for me. And that's the only way I can really enjoy it, if that makes any sense. So weirdly enjoyable in that sense. All right, so let's get into my 5 favorites. And so obviously we're gonna go, Chanel and Frederic, Malle and Guerlain here. Hermes didn't make my list, but these are the houses that I find most comfortable with. I really enjoy these houses, and that's kind of what I'm set upon. I have spoken to a couple indie perfumers who have agreed to send me some things, so this list might change. You might see some different things next year, but my 5th favorite is this Guerlain from the Absolutes d'Orient, and this is Cuir Intense, which is a very leathery perfume. It's very animalic, a little bit dirty, very salty. It's definitely queer, as in like a salty leather. And what it reminds me of is just walking into a tannery. It's very, very leathery, very woody and smoky. So just picture, leather being tanned in dye and hung to dry, with wood burning in this tannery, with some incense burning. There is some florals to back this up, specifically a fruity osmanthus, which adds kind of an apricot touch. I get Terry Wasser's, signature accord in the base. It is that very it's kind of like a tobacco patchouli theme going on. And you'll notice, the Guerlain has changed a lot since Wasser has joined Guerlain, and he's definitely used. He's definitely taken this opportunity to build in his own Guerlainade. You don't really, Wasserade. You don't really see the Guerlainade as much anymore. At least not in the last 20 years. But I definitely see this theme in a lot of Wasser's perfumes, and you will see it in here. One of my favorites from this collection, and one of the reasons being so, is I find one of the least aroma chemically from the rest of the line, which all suffer from that, very sharp, astringent synthetics. They don't really smell cheap, but they're just really intense. This is intense as well, but I can't really go a whole lot of sprays, or it'll start to bother me. But a fantastic leather perfume. I'd have to put this, I would definitely put this in my top 10 leather perfumes, of all time, but it would be towards, the lower end of that list, 8, 9, 10 maybe. I'm not quite sure, but I am working on a list for you guys. So next, I've got 2 Chanels, and this is number 4. This is Paris Riviera, which is for me, it's mostly springtime. I can't see myself wearing this at any other point of the season or the year, but just spring. And it's just a very fresh, fruity, floral. I don't know, it just kind of reminds me of being on vacation and being happy. I get a lot of jasmine, and it's kind of a candied jasmine, and there's some sweetness in here. Oh, it's absolutely gorgeous. It's very light, and it's transparent, and it's just my style. Technically, it's what I love in the perfume. It's just this transparency, so easy to wear and fresh. And I think all of spring, maybe early summer. I wore this quite a lot when I got this, and it was mostly during those warmer months. And then once, the warm months took over, I was like, okay, let's put this away and look forward to wearing it again next year. But I do love this a lot. Paris. I'm obsessed with the whole line. Venice and Biarritz. I've yet to smell Deauville for copyright issues, they're not allowed to carry it in Canada. So it's been quite challenging, to say the least. Number 3 is a Frederic Malle, and I've talked about this on my channel, God knows it must be 100 times, and it is the moon. And the only reason I've put this at number 3 is because it is a rose oud perfume. There's nothing out there that smells exactly like this, but I don't think it is the most unique rose oud. But every time I wear this, it is an absolute statement maker. I feel like I live in a very small town, and I feel like when I wear this, I feel like I'm driving through my town in a bulldozer and everybody's just watching me. Like, that's how loud and strong and attention, seeking this is. But it's absolutely like, it's breathtaking. When I wear it, it's very smoky, it's sweet, it's got this beautiful fruity raspberry to it. I get this rose, I get smoked woods, leather, spices. It's got this this flair to it. It's just, I don't know, it's insane. It leaves this trail that is smelt. I've shared stories where guys have smelt me from the bathroom stall, and I don't know, it's just fucking crazy. The comments that I've gotten on here is insane, but it's absolutely gorgeous. I get a lot of cumin from this, which I love. Maybe that's why I like it so much, is because I get this really dry, raspy cumin, leather, a lot of spices. It's just a beautiful perfume. So number 2 is also a Frederic Malle, and if you've seen my first impressions video with Christo, it was a little bit over the top. And this is Rose and Queer, a Jean-Claude Elena, and I was really upset when I smelled this, and it was just more because of the attachment that I had placed on, the expectations I had placed on this, just trying to guess what it was going to smell like, or what it should smell like for me to be any good. And when I smelled it, I was like, oh man, like, not that it's bad, but it's not what I had expected it to be. And I can say I absolutely love this now, and I'm absolutely thrilled that Jean-Claude Elena is the one that signed this perfume. And I get, I see oftentimes Jean-Claude Elena, overrated, not good, boring, blah, 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 very light, and that the realist compositions are, they're just very soft. And I have to disagree with a lot of those statements. I love Jean-Claude Elena, and I also think that a lot of his perfumes are misunderstood. And unless you really get to know them and wear them and spend time with them, not only until then you will see the true beauty of his perfumes. And I think this is one of his most beautiful creations. This to me is like listening to classical music, Mozart, Beethoven, at a very fine dining restaurant, and just, enjoying yourself. It's absolutely stunning. And although I don't get a whole lot of rose or queer, I can definitely see what they were trying to do with the geranium to, create this spirit of a rose. It's very green, very sharp. It's very fruity. I get a lot of green. I don't know. To me, it smells like galbanum. And it's very, it's got this play of light and shadows, and it's a very peppery green, sparkling rose is the best way I would say it. Geranium that is trying to interpret a rose. And it's just the way I see it. It's just an absolute beautiful perfume. It's not trendy. It doesn't follow any trends. You're never going to see this on, the top 40 radio station. This is, you got to go to the classical station to smell this. But it's an absolute, work of beauty. and that's what I love about it. My disappointment with this came in not being a rose queer. If you want a real rose and queer, that would be the Moon. You got both rose and dry leather in here, which could easily have been called rose and queer, but just, I don't know, smell it. Absolutely stunning. Rose and queer. Okay, so my favorite release of 2019 is a Chanel exclusive. I think this was released actually in late 2018, but it was exclusive to the New York City boutique. Didn't come out here in Canada till 2019, so I'm considering this a 2019. And this is all about musks, and I get silver musks. And this is not, you know, your typical musk that'll smell like, you know, wet concrete or what we're so used to seeing the last 10 years. This opens very peppery and lemony and fizzy, very sparkly. I get a very dry heart of lavender and leather. And then the musks kick in and they just keep spinning and rotating, and it's almost like a furry. It's not challenging, it's not animalic, but I do get this sense of furriness from the musks. And I picture the color silver for, maybe it's like, you know, a silver fur, musky little critter, but there's just something about this that's absolutely gorgeous to me. The way it wears, the way it develops, and that sort of thing. But it's always a joy. It's fresh. It's transparent, like a lot of the Chanels were known for. And it just, I don't know, it just does something for me that I can't even explain it. You know, it's just 1957. I don't know what else to tell you. Try it. That's it. Not sure what next year has in store for us, but I'm expecting to see, you know, some more, maybe one more Frederic Malle. I know Guerlain is going to release another Absolutes d'Orient, a patchouli theme. I'm hoping to see another Lizo from Chanel. I doubt we'll see another exclusive so soon, but you can almost expect flankers, you know, from all these other brands. But other than that, you know, those are my 5 favorite releases. Hope you guys enjoyed. I'd love to hear what your 5 favorite releases, or your favorite whatever releases, however many there are, and what you expect for 2020. Anyway, it's good to see you guys, and we'll talk to you all soon. Bye for now.